So this is roughly my 10th video at the time that I'm recording it right now. I have uploaded 8 videos to my channel. My first video I uploaded about 8 months ago, which you would think would mean that I had posted consistently once a month, and that is not the case. I had a baby in there, so I posted 2 videos, fell off the face of the earth for several months, posted another video, struggled in postpartum, kind of posted a few more videos. It's been very erratic, but I have posted 8 videos total. I'm thinking this is probably going to be about the 10th video that I upload. And so I wanted to create kind of a little mile marker for myself, even if for nobody else, although hopefully somebody else finds it helpful, where I just document where I am, where my channel is, what I've learned, what I'm kind of hoping to accomplish probably as well. So let's dive into the analytics to start with. Again, I posted my first video 8 months ago. My first video has 16 views. I'm just happy I posted the video. That was the victory, was uploading a video to YouTube. It's terrible. It's terrible. Just me rambling mostly. My second video actually has about 750 views on it. And that is a home project that I did. And I documented it with a time lapse and created kind of a how to do what I did. And it turned out really cool. It's also a visually appealing project. And so it's been interesting to me to contrast my first video, which was one of my worst performing, and my second video, which so far is my best performing. It's only a few minutes long, but for a while my click-through rate was like 14% just because of that video. It's not that anymore. Currently, as of today, 1.4 thousand views, 1,400 views, 24,000 impressions, and my impressions click-through rate is 4.5%. Like I said, initially my second video did so well that for a while my click-through rate was skewed positively at like 14%, which was really fun. Unfortunately, I'm a new YouTuber. Most of my videos kind of suck. And so slowly my click-through rate has come back down. Hopefully though, I'll have some really good videos in the future and it'll come back up again a little bit. My average view duration is 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I don't know if that's good or bad. It feels low to me. I'd like to get it up, but also to be fair, a lot of my videos are on the short side. I've been trying to get them longer, around 10 to 20 minutes, because that's like my personal sweet spot for watching YouTube, unless I'm watching a podcast, but a lot of them have been under 10 minutes. So they have a lower view duration, but my video length isn't that long. So I'm not really sure how that comes into play. My most successful video, like I said, was documenting my home project with a time lapse. That was my second video. And then I have done a video on one of my plants that I got to bloom, one of my rare house plants. And that one I think did kind of well in the plant niche. It got just over 200 views, which for me, being a baby YouTuber, was like, I know for a lot of people that's like absolutely nothing, but it was my 5th video. So I was pretty pleased, learned a lot. And again, I think it was visually appealing because plant people love to look at plants. And then it really catered to a niche that's a lot of fun. I'm into houseplants and I like learning about plants, and I know plant people are just that way. They like to learn about plants. And so I think that that was a good video because it had a visual component that you can't just find any old place. It had my rare plant, it had it blooming, and then I got to talk about what I did. And so it was niche specific and visually appealing and created some value. Another video that I've had that's done better than some of my other ones was a review of a product that I have and really like that's also trending right now. And that video was really fun to make actually, but, and of course, you know, when you're a beginning YouTuber, you're pleased when any of your videos does a little bit better than some of your other ones. But I'm on the fence about continuing to do more videos in that vein because in my real actual life, I'm not really a trend chaser. So to continue to review trending products doesn't necessarily jive with who I am as a person. It just so happened that this water bottle that I really like is really popular right now. So that video did pretty well. So those are the videos that I've uploaded so far and kind of what I've learned from each of them. The next big thing that I have learned so far is that uploading to YouTube has not at all been what I expected. And I didn't really even think I had expectations until I started doing it. I kind of thought that I would like get myself together and have nice makeup and clean my house and know what I was talking about and be eloquent when I turned on the camera and I don't know. I just thought I would be more put together in my YouTube journey. I've learned that if you're going to put yourself out there, you might as well just put your actual self out there, because my context right now is I have 3 kids, I have a baby, I am still working from home, I am homeschooling one of my kids. I have a lot going on right now. And so this expectation that I'm going to be able to like put all that on pause and perfectly put myself together to present this ideal version of myself on the internet is just not realistic, not to mention not sustainable. If I did that and that's how I achieved my success on YouTube, now that I think about it, that would be exhausting to try to maintain. I have had to come to terms with the fact that imperfect Joanna is the one who's going to have to show up on YouTube. And that's okay. It's just been a pill to swallow. I'm not super mad about it, but it's definitely not what I expected. The last thing that I want to note about where I am in my YouTube journey today, 8 months after uploading my first video, is that I have decided to give myself grace. This kind of goes with what I just said, to build this channel imperfectly and to walk this journey imperfectly. And I also decided not to tell my friends what I'm doing. And yes, probably a little bit of that comes from embarrassment, but I really wanted to create something that would be valuable enough to a perfect stranger that they would want to take the time to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. And so far that's happened minimally because, to be perfectly honest, I still have no idea what I'm doing. But that is the ultimate goal. And so I have had I'm pretty happy with the number of views that I've had. I haven't had any viral videos. To be honest, I don't think any of my videos so far have been worth going viral. I'm not sure I want to go viral at this point in my journey. I really just want to learn. I also still have a very low subscriber count. I only have 8 subscribers, but I think a big part of the reason for that is that I have not yet honed in on what my channel is about, because I want to give myself grace and space to learn what I'm doing and to be imperfect and be willing to learn publicly and make mistakes publicly. I allowed myself to step away from this idea that I had to have the perfectly executed YouTube plan for my very first YouTube experience. And so in stepping away from that, I'm just posting videos to see what works, what feels authentic to me, what I enjoy creating, and then what creates value to other people, what other people find is worth their time. Kind of learning where all 3 of those things line up and come together, I think is going to be the really cool place. However, that means that right now my channel is pretty eclectic. So if someone watches one of my videos and then goes to my channel, they're probably not going to subscribe because they're going to be like, this chick don't know what she's talking about. And you know what? They are not wrong. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Which leads me to my last point, which is that I am having to be honest with myself about some of my fears in posting on YouTube. I feel like I overcame the first and greatest fear by just uploading my first video and turning on the camera and saying things that didn't make sense and then posting them where people could see them. Okay, this is a sidebar, but I feel like it's so relevant. I actually opened a private occupational therapy practice a number of years ago. It was shortly before COVID. It did not survive the pandemic. But when I was starting out, I talked to a friend of mine who practiced Chinese medicine and had a really successful practice. And she told me the great thing about starting out is that nobody's paying attention to what you're doing. And at the time, it was the first time that I really put myself out there and been like, this is me, Joanna, and this is what I'm doing, and told people and put myself in a position where I could fail at something very publicly. You know, you feel like everybody's watching you and waiting for you to fail and gonna have opinions. And when she was like, nobody's paying attention, that was so freeing. And you know what? The practice did fail. I don't really consider it a failure, but yeah, nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. A lot of my friends now don't even know that I did that because it was a previous season of life. So the point is, nobody cares if you look silly on YouTube. So anyway, I overcame that big hurdle in posting my first video and getting past this misconception that people are waiting for you to fail and waiting to judge you out on the internet. Some people are, but those people are not going to find you when you post your first video and get 16 views. That's silly. But my second fear, which is equally as silly, is that I have some really great knowledge and experience from my educational and professional background as an occupational therapist that I would love to share, on YouTube. And I have conversations with my friends sometimes, and I'm like, man, I have knowledge that could really help them, but I don't want to like info dump on them if that's not what they're looking for. Because with your friends, a lot of times you're just looking for support. But I'm thinking, if there are other people out there who are having some of the same issues as my friends, YouTube could be a great resource for them if I could share some of this information on YouTube. But I'm scared. And I think it's partly because a lot of what I've shared up until now on YouTube has more or less been fluff. It's just been ideas, it's been home projects, it's been plants, which is like a very like low-key hobby. And to get on the platform and start talking about something that's important, that's part of my identity, that I take pride in, that feels like weirdly vulnerable. Like, I'm afraid, what if I say something wrong and another professional comes in and rips me apart, like because I accidentally misspoke about something? Or what if I have this thing that I feel like could benefit people so much and I share it and nobody cares? And so I haven't been able to get past that fear. Okay, I'll post on YouTube, but I'm secretly holding back this little secret thing that's the most important to me, but eventually I'll share it, maybe if I get brave enough. So that's the I'm not quite there yet in my YouTube journey. I want to get there, and I'm hoping to get there in one of my upcoming videos where I'm just dip my feet in with sharing something that's maybe a little higher stakes, maybe a little more important, even something that I have to prepare a little bit to make sure that my thoughts are coming together and making sense, which is challenging postpartum in and of itself. If you've ever had a baby, postpartum is not really necessarily the greatest for putting together complex thoughts, but it is something that I'd like to challenge myself to do. So if you happen to see this video, which really is mostly for me, I don't really expect many people to watch it at all, but if you happen to see it and there's something about OT that you're interested in, please tell me, give me some ideas. But again, this video is primarily for me to document the journey. It will probably be about the 10th video that I upload, which seems like a good milestone to document, considering a year ago I had big fat 0 videos on YouTube. I don't really know how to end a video yet. I feel like you're supposed to say something like really profound and helpful, or like tease your next video, but I got nothing. I'm still figuring it out. So thanks for watching this video if you made it this far of my YouTube journey to date, and I hope that you found some part of it valuable. And if so, please let me know in the comments. If you're a new YouTuber, let me know how you're doing and how you're feeling in your process. I'm happy to be here and happy you're here. Bye.